శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి. सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ओम शांति शांति शांति. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ओम शांति शांति शांति. अखिल भुवन जन्मस्थेम भंगादिलीले विनत विविध भूतव्रात रक्षैक दीक्षे श्रुति शिरसि विदीप्ते ब्रह्मणे श्रीनिवासे भवतु मम परस्मिन् सेमुषी भक्तिरूपा श्रीमाधवङ्घ्रिजलजद्वय नित्यसेवा प्रेमा विलासय पराङ्कुशपादभक्तं कामादिदोषहरमात्मपदाश्रितानां रामानुजं रामानुजं यतिपतिं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना रामानुजं यतिपतिं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना. ओम अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्रीमते रामानुजाय नमः. ओम भक्तामृतं विश्वजनानुमोदनं सर्वार्थदं श्रीशठगोपवाङ्मयं सहस्रशाखोपनिषत्समागमं नमाम्यहं द्राविडवेदसागरं नमाम्यहं द्राविडवेदसागरम्. ओम अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्रीमते रामानुजाय नमः. नम्माळ्वार दिव्य तिरुवडिगळे शरणं. Dear devotees, welcome you all to the afternoon session of Sri Pravachanagoshthi Srinivasa Ramanuja International Pravachanagoshthi, coming to you from Chicago, US. And the Sri Pravachanagoshthi and at this time deals with Bhagavad Ramanuja's Vaibhavam. No, we already did that Bhagavad Ramanuja's Vaibhavam. But now this is Nammalvar's Vaibhavam. Yes, but Nammalvar's Vaibhavam, when we discuss about Tiruvayamozhi or in the contents of the Tiruvayamozhi's pasurams, Bhagavad Ramanujacharya is interlinked. Because Bhagavad Ramanujacharya's, when he was learning, today we are going to discuss those things in the pasurams, and he is an outstanding person, among all the other devotees, students, Shishyas, and how it differs. And Bhagavad Ramanujacharya inspires us. When you listen something, listen attentively, listen with care, listen with love, listen everything. And just listening, no meaning, no use. It goes from one ear to another ear, it goes and it passes on. That's all, nothing remains in you. So when you listen with utmost faith and utmost trust in the things, and also have the love for. That's why here today what we are going to discuss these things. And also today part of the thing is also we do with the Isavasya Upanishad, that mantram, the fifth mantram we learn, and then Mukundamala, every day 1 or 2 slokas of Mukundamala, because it gives us devotion. Just by reciting the mantra, just by reciting the stotram itself is enough. But why to know the meaning? It increases our love towards Mukundamala. I still remember when I was a child, my mom used to recite this Mukundamala. She knows it by heart. Yeah, fortunately, we know, and our children also know this one by heart. This Mukundamala, when she was reciting in a melodious voice, in the way, and we were not knowing any meaning, but still we were enjoying that Mukundamala. So, immediately then it's what she was reciting. We never knew, we never asked her. She was continuously all the time reciting Mukundamala and doing her cooking or whatsoever work she has, household things. She was doing. That was. And her name itself was Venkatadri. My mom's name was Venkatadri. What a wonder. Venkatadri is usually for, is it for women's name? No, it's for usually men always keep this Venkatadri. But how come it has come to her? That's why we added Venkatadri Amma. Venkatadri Amma. Then she used to laugh at us. Why you act that Amma? Amma is already understood. My name is only Venkatadri. Venkatadramma, when you say drama, it becomes in English if you write drama. So she used to laugh at us. Why you add that one? So Venkatadri. When she was reciting this Mukundamala, even today, her voice come into my ears. Her voice, with the melodious voice, she could. I'm not able to read in that way. But still, we try our best. Let us now come to first we start with Vedam, the Veda Upanishad Brahman. That is the mantram from a replica of Rigvedam is Isavasya Upanishad. Isavasya Upanishad has got 18 mantras. So far we have already covered 4 mantras. Now coming to the 5th mantra today. So any time whenever you recite the Upanishad, we always recite the Shanti Mantram. We already got the meaning of Shanti Mantram earlier, and also the first 4 mantras also we recite, then come to the 5th mantram. Om Asmadgurubhyom Namaha Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha Purnamidam Purnamadaha Purnat Purnamudatyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Isavasyam idagum sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjitha ma gridhakasya svidhanam kurvanneveha karmani jijivishesatagum samaha evam tvayi nanyathetosthi na karma lipyate nare. असूर्यानामते लोका अन्धेन तमसावृताः तांस्ते प्रेत्याभिगच्छन्ति एके चात्महनो जनाः अनेजदेकं मनसो जवीयो नैनद् एव आप्नुवन् पूर्वमर्षत् तद्धावतो अन्यान् अत्येति तिष्ठन् अस्मिन् आपो मातरिश्वा दधाति तदेजति तन्नैजति तद्दूरे तद्वदन्ति के तदन्तरस्य सर्वस्य तदु सर्वस्यास्य बाह्यतः ॐ अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः श्रीमते रामानुजाय नमः. In the fourth mantra, that is Anejad Ekam Manaso, that we did yesterday, but one more time we just want to see. Here, the extraordinary power of Ishvara, Isha Vastyam Idagam Sarvam, that Isha is the word Ishvara, the one who is the controller of the universe. Extraordinary power of Ishvara, the supporter of everything, who had been in this particular mantra given. In the first mantra it is explained, and also that in detail in this mantra we look into that. Here he says in this mantra it is being explained that the Parabrahman consists of what appears to be contrary elements, what appears to be contrary elements of special powers. Though it does not move, it is faster than the mind. Though close to all since ages, it is not accessible even to the Chaturmukha Brahma and other devatas. Though it is at one place like stationary, it can overtake those who are moving very fast, like the wind, like even the Garuda, etc. The wind which moves about in the sky does not provide any refuge to anyone, does not have any body to itself. Wind has no rupam, we know that, which can bear any burden also. Yet the extraordinary power conferred on him by Paramatman, he is able to bear on himself things in the Brahmanda universe like water, clouds, stars, planets, etc. They are all the extraordinary powers of Paramatma. When he has given some extraordinary powers to anyone, that is the Paramatma's blessings. Remember that. We always feel proud of ourselves. I am an outstanding personality. I am so much I have earned. All these, wherever you see something extraordinary power, that is the Paramatma's blessings, Paramatma's grace is on them. So, here in this particular one we have the Anejad Ekam Manaso Javiyo. I still remember this particular Upanishad. When we were doing graduation in Andhra University, it was 1963, if I remember. This was our prescribed text for Sanskrit. I was doing my BA Special Sanskrit, then MA Sanskrit when we did. It was in 63, then 66, it was MA. That time we had, though this Upanishad was only 18 mantras, but it took for us almost 1 year we studied this. 1 year we studied this Upanishad with our teacher. I still remember Prabhakara Shastri Garu was our teacher, and Sri Ramurthy Garu and Velur Subbarao Garu was the professor at that time. When we were really we were thinking that we are so blessed. We were really blessed people that then they explained in detail. Maybe 63 to now, how many years gone? More than 40 years. It is more than 50 years almost, close to 50 years now. See, here in this way, anejadekam manaso javiyo, this really, anejadekam manaso javiyo. One may entertain a doubt as to how something which is steadfast can be faster than the mind. To be honest, I myself, when we were reading, it never come into our mind. It was all the time contradictory things only coming to my. Is it this? What is the why? The impossible things are giving here. Is it really possibilities there? Mind all the time used to question. Then now, fortunately, we got all the answers. We got all the answers in once you enter into the spiritual level. When the mind enters into the spiritual level, all the questions are answered. All your questions are answered. Till the time, mind keep on questioning, doubting so many things. But once you have the faith in Perumal, once you have the trust in the words and the teachers and gurus, when you love them, everything comes so sweet. This is what happening with the Ishavasya Upanishad. He says, one may entertain a doubt as to how something which is steadfast can be faster than the mind. The Brahman is omnipresent. It is present in places where the mind cannot even enter. Aprapya manasa saha. That was the say. Aprapya, where the mind cannot go, but the particular thing, it is always the Paramatma can go beyond that. Because he is omnipresent. Thus, by the special form, the Brahman can originate, or we can say manifest, immediately at places which cannot even be imagined by our mind, human mind. Human mind, yes, I agree. It has the imagination. It can go to the extent, because the nature of the mind is to expand, and the nature of the heart is to contract. So the maximum expansion it can go, and when you were in the maximum imagination, I still remember the scientist Einstein said, whose imagination is how great, their life in future is also that great. Those who have the imagination, they keep on growing. But here the imagination, till what extent? Where it cannot realize, I can imagine the powers of the Almighty. If you say no, that's the question that the Upanishad tells. Here the Parabrahman can originate or manifest immediately at places which cannot even be imagined by the human mind. That is why the Brahman has been called faster than the mind. This special feature has been referred to in Shvetashvatara Upanishad as Apanapado Javano Grahita, and in Kathopanishad also as in the Shayana Asano Duram Vrajati Shayano Yati Sarvataha. Asino Duram Vrajati Shayano Yati Sarvataha. This. And here it is the Paramatma, though he does not have, what else we have? All the different things. It is very difficult to our mind to think about it. He is like we always call mobility. his mobility is so fast. But he can travel very fast and to great distances, though he does not have any limbs, we always say, like hands or legs and all the things. In spite of that, he is able to do. He can accept other things. Though he is lying down, he can be all pervasive. This is the substance of the above two Upanishadic quotations, the Svetasvatara Upanishad and also Kathopanishad. Just by his thought, that is Sankalpam, you can say, Paramatma has the power to appear at different places. And things when we have, and this is actually in Sripravachanagoshthi, all our devotees have this dictum, that is what that? Anta Bhagavat Sankalpam. This particular Anta Bhagavat Sankalpam is our sutram. Because when something suddenly happens, then your mind may ask, why this happened? I have tried so many things and all the things, I expect that answer, why this answer came? That is Bhagavat Sankalpam. These are all the things, Anta Bhagavat Sankalpam is the word. So his Sankalpam, the Paramatma Sankalpam, has the power and to appear at different places. The Paramatma, who is in Sri Vaikuntham or in the Milky Ocean, Kshirabdi, Kshira means milk and Abdi, ocean, Kshirabdi, has manifested out of a pillar you know that when Prahalada, in front of Prahalada, when in a pillar, in front of Prahalada, when Hiranyakasipu asked her, you are all the time talking about Narayana, exists everywhere, you say. But is he in this pillar? Immediately he made a big blow on the pillar with his hand. See the power, the same. But at that time, Prahalada was totally immersed in his devotion and total faith he had. That's what the Sriman Narayana wants, that one only. So when Prahalada had confirmed that, Indugaladu ledanu sandehamu valadu chakri sarvopagatindu ఎందెందు వెదకి చూచిన అందందే కలడు దానవాగ్రణి వింటే అన్నారు. This is in Telugu, but the all-pervasiveness of Paramatma, one has to have in mind in a total, with Viswasam, total faith, that Prahalada had. That's why those who have got the faith, immediately Perumal appears before them, no doubt. This is all our Purvacharyas, all wars had this one. That is in. So in this particular one, the Upanishadic question, all pervasive, the substance is that is the Upanishadic quotations we had already. So Paramatma, who is in Sri Vaikuntham or in Milky Ocean, as they manifested, that we say. It is well known how he rescued Gajendra from the crocodile, that is Gajendra Mokshamu or Gajendra Mokshanamu. Both. Here, what is this one, the Gajendra? He is in the Leela Vibhuti and the Perumal is in the Nitya Vibhuti, as we all say from the, in Telugu Bhagavatam, by Potanamatya. What is? Ala Vaikunthapurambulo Nagarilo Amula Sodhambudu Apala Mandara Vanantara Mritasara Prantendu Kantotparotpala Parijankarama Vinodiyagu. What was the condition at the time when Gajendra was playing? He was happily with Sri Mahalakshmi in this way, in the beautiful flower garden in Nandanavanam in the Paramapadam. And then once he said, how he ran, see the condition. Sirik inchappadu senkuchakrayagamuncheto isandhimpade parivarambuna cheradagra abragapaten pannimpadu ఆకరణికాంతరం దమ్మిల్లము చక్కనోతడు. Even he did not even. So when we go out, what we do? We comb our hair. We keep everything nice. No, he did not even comb his hair, nor even he did not take the శ్రీ కుచో పరిచలాంచలమైన వీడడు గజ ప్రాణామహో గజ ప్రాణామనోత్సాహి. This Gaja Prana, that Krishna, that was the Tvara. Tvara means the quickness, or you can say fastness, he wanted to protect her. If you have real faith in that, in this particular sloka, those who recite, many of us recite this Bhagavendra Moksham as a regular prayer for daily. In our childhood also our parents made it to recite this Gajendra Moksham, then only to wake up from the bed. The moment we wake up from the bed, the first question, did you do Gajendra Moksham? Then really, for us really it was an excuse in the childhood time. Oh, we can sleep some more time. We were reciting Gajendra Moksham, at least 15 to 20 minutes it takes. Slowly we were reciting. And when you want to get up from the bed, you don't want to get up immediately because of the sleep still continues. And then they used to ask us, elders used to ask us, did you do? Oh yes, we are doing Gajendra Moksham, we are doing. Then on that day, even then, Perumal is so great. Even though we are sleeping and we are pretending as if we are reciting the Gajendra Moksham. We are only pretending, I can say the word. Because in the childhood we don't have that devotion, we don't have that feeling. But we have only one thing, that is respect towards the elders. Respect towards the elders when they said, let us do that. So we were reciting that Gajendra. Even I still feel that because of, even I came to US and here also Perumal gave some Bhagavatas, arranged some Bhagavatas to listen. And they wanted to, Amma, we wanted to listen something. So the complete Bhagavatam, Sampurna Bhagavata Puranam of the 18,000 verses in Sanskrit, the one which is given in Telugu by Potanamatya, no, that we cannot count at all. How many slokas and how many? It is in Gadyam and Padyam both. But those things we could complete almost in 3 months, non-stop. We did that one. All the Sampurna Bhagavata Purana Kalakshepam. It was the quest. That was our devotees asked for that. So we could do in that Gajendra Moksham, when it came, it was having the great I can say a nostalgic feelings of my childhood activities. I used to remember these things. So here we have, even for a natana, if you remember God, that is great. That was our acharyas and all. Even for natana only. It is only in a dramatic way. We want to do something. Do that. But towards, it should be done towards Paramatma only. That's why, here, whatsoever this Gajendra from the crocodile, the meaning therefore is that he has such great power to move faster than the mind. That's what I want to say. So that Vedavyasa described in the Sanskrit, in Bhagavatam also, Tvara. That's what. That was the fastness. And now come to the Nainan Deva आपस्नुवन्तद्धवतो अन्याने चतितिष्ठन्नस्मिन्नोऽपि मातरिस्वा ददाति. Here she says that Paramatma is close with all persons, even the Chaturmukha Brahma, Rudra and others. They could not get to know him. The meaning is that those who have limited knowledge cannot comprehend the unlimited Paramatma. We are all having only limited knowledge. So with our limited knowledge, we cannot comprehend the unlimited Paramatma. In the Chandogya Upanishad also, it supports the same thought. Tadyada hiranya nidhim nihitam आक्षेत्रज्ञः उपर्युपरि सञ्चरन्तो न विन्देयुः एवमेवेम सर्वा प्रजाः अहरहर् गच्छन्त्यः एवं ब्रह्मलोकं न विन्दन्ति अनृतेन हि प्रत्यूढाः. Here the meaning of this above the Chandogya Upanishad mantram is that just as people who move about on earth do not know about the treasure trove in the soil underneath, the ignorant jivas are not able to know about their closeness to Paramatma, who is residing in their own hearts. All of us, we are all jivatmas. We are so ignorant and we are not able to know that but Paramatma resides within us and very close to us in our hearts. One cardiologist also, when we were in Los Angeles, she said, I was giving lectures in Vedanta temple in English, and she was asking me, you said Paramatma reside in our heart, but I am a cardiologist. I do. Each and every part of the heart I open and see, and I could not see any time. How can it? That's the thing. As long as you are in the physical world, it cannot be seen. But once you have to close all the worldly things, then you can see with your deep devotion, Nihitang Guhaya itself. Yes, in heart itself, there is a place where he is in the Anumatram. He resides in the, that what is itself in the Narayana, Suktam, Narayana, Upanishads and all the things itself. So then he says, the one who resides, you cannot, and who resides in our hearts. And another thing is also in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, also conveys the same meaning. Yah prudhivyam tishtan prudhivya antaraha yam prudhivi naveda. Here he says, Tadhavanto anyanatyeti tishtat. That was in this particular Isavasya Upanishad mantram. It means that it moves faster than the very fast moving Garuda and as such others, and it is at place which cannot be reached by them, and the authority for this is also in this way. So many examples we have got in this particular. So, Varshayuta Satairvapi Pakshiradiva Sampatan Naivan Takkalinasteyat Yedyapisyan Manodavaha. In Sri Ramayana, we got that for Hanuma, it was in the Ramayanam, they praise the speed of Hanuma is like that of Garuda, and his strength like that of the wings of Garuda. That Garuda was special for the strength in his wings. Because of the wings are so strong, he could fast, he could fly, he could move fast. That's why we always say, what is the Vegam is Vayu Vegam, and the more is Mano Vegam. Then still the highest is the Garuda Vegam. But whereas Perumal's Vegam is, here in this Upanishad says, more than Garuda Vegam. That's the thing we have to understand in this. Even if one has the speed of the mind or goes as fast as Garuda, he cannot even in 1 lakh year reach the limits of all pervasive this thing. But Paramatma, who is the eternal cause, from this it follows that Parabrahma has unlimited greatness. This Upanishad tells us that Paramatma Tasminnapo matarisva dadhatit. The wind that moves about in the sky with no support, supports the waters, supports the clouds, supports the planets and also the stars. This is because the Paramatma himself supports the wind and in turn enables the wind to support the above mentioned, just as it said. He says, Prasada Sikhare Chaitra Dvajam Dharayati. That is what Chaitra, who is supporting the flag staff, the prasada top of the additional support, for the wind who has a supportless sky to assist him in supporting the waters and clouds, etc. So there is the Paramatma who supports him to enable him to support them. The wind, Apaha in the mantra refers not only to the waters but also to the clouds and stars, etc. So, tasmin apo, that apaha. Dyav sat chandra ka nakshatram kham diso bhurmaho dadhihi vasudevastya viryena vidhrutani mahatmanaha. Are you familiar with this sloka? Yes. Those who have got the knowledge of Vishnu Sahasranama, those who have heard Vishnu Sahasranama in our Sri Pravachanagoshthi regularly in the evening time, it is almost more than 10 years, I can say maybe 20 years. Very close to, we have come to the 20 years. 18 years we have started this Goshti in 2002. Now we have come to the 2020 we have reached. But every time this Goshti, all the time we used to have the Vishnu Sahasranama chanting a part of our life. So in this Vishnu Sahasranama you see this one. Here, this is in Mahabharata. Vishnu Sahasranama is given in Mahabharata. It is clear that the sun, moon and the stars and also the directions of the earth, the ocean are all supported by the extraordinary powers of Vasudeva. Vasudevastya viryena vidhrutani mahatmanaha. So this is very important, very essential. Similarly, from the Upanishadic sentences, like etasya va, this is very interesting, this is the etasya va aksharasya prasasane gargi suryaha chandamaso vidruto tishtataha. These are all, it is clear that the source of the effulgence of sun and moon is the Paramatma only. These are all the Upanishadic discussions we got. Now coming to the fifth mantra, this is only fourth mantra which we did in the way. Tadejati tannaijati taddure tadvadantike tadantarasya sarvasya tadu sarvasya asya bahyataha. Tadejati tannaijati. One may entertain a doubt again in this way as to how the same thing moves and does not move. The self is all pervasive and is like the sky. It is static by its very nature. And special splendor of the self is that the self is at one place. The self when it manifests at another place appears to shine there as if it has moved there. Because of the compassion Paramatma has for the devotees, the Parabrahman, though static, manifests everywhere in his divinely auspicious form. This is the example where we see in the Narasimha Puranam and we can say the Prahalada. When Prahalada prayed, immediately, without even a fraction of a second difference, no. The moment he uttered the faith he said, yes, he is all pervasive, indu galadandu ledena sandehama. The moment how he could, this is the power. That the one which were always, and that will remember, the pillar has no life. We all know it is a material. In the materialistic world, it is only of the matter. On the matter, the spirit has come out. That's why we always say that is the one who is all pervasive, exists everywhere, and to help to appear to shine, appears to shine there as if it has moved there. So that is out of compassion towards Prahlada, Paramatma in the Narasimha Avataram has come for the purpose of saving his devotee Prahlada. We always say to destroy the enemy, he comes out to save his devotee. The first one, Bhagavad Gita tells us, Paritranaya sadhunam. Don't blame me. The Paramatma says, don't blame me. Remember, in the order I have given, I come only to protect my devotees. Paritranaya sadhunam. My devotees are great. They are the sadhu satpurishas. I come only for such devotees. Then when I come, those who trouble my devotees, then I have to annihilate them. I have to destroy them. Vinasaya dushkrutam. That was the order in Bhagavad Gita. We have to remember. Those who have love for Krishna, definitely remember this order. Otherwise they say, he comes to destroy everyone. Is it so? Is it the thing? No. Only to protect everyone. First and foremost thing is to protect. But those who trouble for his devotees, naturally he has to remove them. He has to destroy them from those things. So that's what the very interesting thing. And so it is with this view that one has to interpret Tadejati Tannaijati. So ejati means movement. Here this one forward movement we can say. So one may therefore also accord the special meaning of the Parabrahman when he sees the sorrows of his seekers, his devotees. So he immediately comes out with compassion. He has mercy, we can say that one, compassion. One may also say that since there is none superior to him, he does not have any fear. They may object me, they may ask me. If Prabhutvam once they gives the rules, is anybody can say no. It is always the highest thing one has to control. That is we all bow down to the government's orders and government's rules. We agree. Because what for they are doing all the things when you think it is for our benefit, for our welfare. So these are all, the God does everything for our welfare, for our benefit, for our well-being of the thing. It is His concern. Taddure tadantike, that's what it tells. Taddure, they stand for being far away and being near. They stand for being easily attainable or being difficult to attain, as these are in the. Here there are many more examples for many Upanishads also. The same feeling and the thing is given. Those who are opposed to Bhagavan and are keen on samsaric worldly matters will not be able to see Parabrahma. Those who are keen on samsaric matter or worldly matters, that's what Swami Vivekananda tells. When this thing, as long as your mind is still in the worldly thing, you cannot see God. You have to all the time say, where is God, where is God, where is God? That's all, only the question. But once you are in the, close the W, that is the one, world, it stands for world, worldly things, then here is God. This is so easy to, it is not, but the feeling is important for all of us. One should have that. Is it easy to come out of the worldly things? No. Abhyasena tu kaunteya, that's what they say. You have to practice, you have to train your mind not to go that side, then it will always wanted to go that direction only. But how can you? It has to, that like our Nammalvar did that one. Nenjayan maname, so that means in a way, that way how you, mind can listen to you in the same way, you have to do that one in this way.
So there is all the thing. In this thing, tadantarasya sarvasya tadu sarvasya asya bahyataha. That is the verse in the mantram. That mantram we explain, this one. In the world, there is certain things which can pervade internally only, but not externally in some aspects. The self is not like them. From the minutest atom, like Anu, to the expansive Brahmanda Anu, Raniyan, Mahato, Mahiyan, that was the Upanishad word. So one may entertain a doubt again. An atom is so small and it is believed to be, indivisible. How can be Paramatma, enter inside such an atom? Similarly, the sky is so large and limitless. How can be Paramatma pervade it from outside? As there will be no external place beyond the sky, some traditional Sri Vaishnava thinkers have replied as follows. Since internal pervasiveness is not physically possible, in the case of a minute particular like an atom, Paramatma coexists without conflict. In the small minute space occupied by an atom, just as in space, both light and wind coexist. Both light and wind coexist. Regarding pervading from outside, they say that this reference to external pervasiveness in respect of those which have a certain limit. But this explanation is also not satisfactory. That's what the words used in this mantra, we have to closely observe that. Sarvasya asya antaha bahihi, that was the word. Tadantarasya sarvasya tada sarvasya asya bahyataha means sarvasya asya antaha bahihi. It does not state that the self pervades in one manner in the case of atoms and in another manner in respect of others. Similarly, in respect of exterior pervasiveness, it is not differentiated that it is in one manner in respect of the sky and in another manner in respect of others. The word sarvasya cannot be interpreted in a limited manner, though it appears that in Jivatma, which is minute, other minute matters cannot enter from the Shrutis. We read Anoraniyan and all the things. In the atomic dimensions of Jivatma, there is space for the Paramatma to enter. The Upanishad state, Yaha Atmani Tishtan Atmanaha Antaraha Yamatma Na Veda Yasyatma Sariram. This here, even in the interior space of Jivatma, Paramatma is the indweller. This all we all know that. Every time we always say, oh, when Bhagavad Ramanujacharya says Shariri Bhavam, we always say yes. In the interior space of Jivatma, the Paramatma is the indweller. It has been clearly stated that Jivatma and Paramatma have a Shariri Bhava, that is relationship. So one is the body of the other. In addition, we are noticing instances where there is no possibility of making an entry, as in the case of glass or mirror, the rays of sunlight entering them. In the case of iron ore, where nothing can enter, we notice that the fire enters it in a smelter, we can say. In the same manner, in the case of Jivatma, physical matter may not be able to enter, but it would be possible for Paramatma to enter Jivatma. It is in the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita says, Vishtabhyahamidam Krishnam ekam senastito jagat. And also again, Ihaikastam jagat Krishnam pasyadya sacharacharam. All these things. Mama dehe, that word he tells. So the sky, the earth, and others have all come out of Paramatma's, and therefore Paramatma, therefore he, the Paramatma, pervades them all externally. Thus, though the pervasiveness of the sky is larger than other matter, it is limited when compared to the pervasiveness of Paramatma. And this has to be accepted. And also in the Vishnu Sahasranama, it not only pervasive, he enters in it. That's the example we always have the vessel. So therefore there is no objection in making the statement that Paramatma pervades internally and externally all matter from the minute atom to the expansive Brahmandam. This is the today's fifth mantram of Isavacha Upanishad. Now let us come to say something about Bhagavad Ramanuja's and also the Tiruvayamozhi. Here, when we are discussing about this, we are actually only main purpose is Ramanuja's life and all the things which are interlinked with our alvars that we do. Then we do the Mukundamala, one sloka, and then we conclude. We all know that Bhagavad Ramanujacharya's various, among the various followers of Yamunacharya. Who is Yamunacharya? Who is the Paramacharya of Bhagavad Ramanujacharya? Though Yamunacharya and Bhagavad Ramanujacharya does not have Guru Shishya or Shishyacharya Samparkam, and Samparkam means the connection like a disciple sitting with Guru and doing learning, but it is Yamunacharya, the Paramacharya of Bhagavad Ramanujacharya, and the followers of Yamunacharya, the Shishyas of Yamunacharya, were five principal ones, that is Periya Nambi, Tirumalai Nambi, Tirukkottiur Nambi, and Tirumalai Andan, Tirumalal Andan, Tirumalai Andan, and Tiruvaranga Perumal Arayar were the Acharyas of Bhagavad Ramanujacharya. And their Sanskrit names, Bhagavad Ramanujacharya's Acharya's names in Sanskrit, Mahapurana, Srisaila Purna, Purna means Nambi, Nambi means Purna, Mahapurna, Srisaila Purna, Goshti Purna, and Maladharacharya, and then Vararangacharya. In this way, these are all five acharyas who are the acharyas of Panchacharya that we always say in the Ashtotra Satanamavali of Bhagavad Ramanujacharya. So in his youth, Bhagavad Ramanujacharya was a student under Kanchi Yadava Prakasa. On one occasion, Sri Yamunacharya came there and saw Bhagavad Ramanujacharya, and then there itself, he blessed Bhagavad Ramanujacharya, Yamunacharya, blessed from the distance, and he said, Mudalvan. These are all, we already discussed these things when we did in the last month, Jatiraja Vaibhavam. So here, since they did not immediately meet, there were no teacher-disciple relationship between them, but still, as he became older, Yamunacharya decided that at that time, Bhagavad Ramanujacharya should assume the Pitha Adhipati, we can say, or Acharya Pitham, the headship of Sri Vaishnavism, and ascend the Acharya Pitham after directing his disciples that the five samskaras are to be administered to Bhagavad Ramanujacharya. Sri Yamunacharya passed away, that we always say Acharya Tiruvadi he reached. At about the same time, Sri Ramanujacharya, having heard so much about the greatness of Yamunacharya, came to Sri Rangam to see him. He was only able to see the body already, the Jivatma, soul already left the body, and the mortal remains of Sri Yamunacharya only he could meet. After some time, he received in the Sannidhi of Mahapurana the Pancha Samskaras. After having become a sannyasi, Bhagavad Ramanujacharya was residing at Srirangam. Goshti Purna came there to participate in the Adhyayana Utsavams. He met Bhagavad Ramanujacharya in the Math only we say. At that time, Goshti Purna told Bhagavad Ramanujacharya that he should study Alvar's Tirumaji, that is Tiruvaimaji. Nammalvar's Tiruvaimaji. That's what we are doing actually in this Koil Tiruvaimaji we are doing, and in this Alvar Tiruvaimaji there is about 1000 Pasurams. That is in total it is 1102. But it is given Sahasra Sakha Upanishad Samagamam Namamyaham Dravida Veda Sagaram. This is that Tiruvaimaji from Maladhara. Goshti Purna gave an instruction to Bhagavad Ramanujacharya because he was his Acharya, so Ramanujacharya immediately. And so he asked to learn the Tiruvaimaji, Nammalvar Tiruvaimaji from Maladhara and understand the esoteric meaning of it. Bhagavad Ramanujacharya, the way how he learned, that we have to notice. And also, one has to learn things in that spirit of Bhagavad Ramanujacharya's procedure. So, Bhagavad Ramanujacharya happily accepted this. For a few days, the study discussions went on and then abruptly stopped. After some time, Goshti Purna came to Srirangam and finding that studies were not going on, asked Maladhara the reasons why the discourses had stopped. Maladhara, the teacher, replied that while he was explaining the Tiruvaimaji as had been expounded by Sri Yamunacharya, Bhagavad Ramanujacharya was often asking why the Pasuram should not be differently interpreted and another meaning he assigned to it. He said that for the above reason, he had discontinued the study discussion. He had discontinued his study discussion. That was Maladhara replied to Goshti Purna. Goshti Purna wanted to know. Goshti Purna wanted to know for which Pasuram a new meaning had been assigned by Sri Bhagavad Ramanujacharya. As an example, Maladhara recited. There are many more excellences. One, he gave the example here. Here in this second pattu, that is second 100, that we call Shatakam. The third Dasakam. The second Shatakam, third Dasakam, third Pasuram. The 2, 3, 3, we call that one in the easy way to remember. The second Pattu, the third Tiruvaimaji, third Pasuram. He says, Ariya Kolattulle Adimaikan Anbu Seivittu Ariya Mamayattu Adiyenai Vaitayal Ariyamai Kuralai Nilam Mavali Muvadi Endru Ariyamai Vanjittai Enatu Aviyul Kalande. This particular Pasuram we have to know in the way. That's why Purva Param we always call, when you want to know the meaning, always see the previous one and also the after one also, then only actual thing. This is what Bhagavad Ramanujacharya did. So, here the third and fourth lines, this meaning here, the meaning is that just as he had come to disguise as Vamana, that is Vamana Avtara, and is come in this Pasturam discussion of Bal Chakravarti to take the 3 feet, asking Bal Chakravarti, he had in the same manner entered in my heart without any knowledge. He had entered into my heart. In my childhood itself you had created in me the great love for you. And why do you now make me fall into the terrible samsara? Why this plight for me, who is serving you? And this was the meaning that I had given, and based on the teachings of Sri Yamunacharya. This was the words Maladhara said to Goshti Purnacharya. Then Bhagavad Ramanacharya says that it is incorrect to give an interpretation in this way, expressing grief in this 3rd stanza alone. No, while in all the 4 stanzas Alvar had expressed happiness, because in the previous the Pasuram, in the Pasuram 2nd, Alvar say, "Oh Sriapati," and all the wonderful happiness you have, although I am in this Leela Vibhuti and this Jiva, you have all my sins, you have removed all my sins, and you did a lot of upakaram to me. And how can I say these words? Do I have any words to express my gratitude to you? Am I able to? That is the Bhashyakara felt the question, who is the Guru for this Atma? The question entered in his mind. Who is the Guru for his Atma? And the Guru Parampara Anusandhanam is also he remembered. And Satvik Ai Sambhashanam Acharya Prapti Hetuhu. So that's we always remember that. Then Bhagavad Ramanujacharya, those who have that Sripadam, that to offer their salutations to Acharya, those who have given that Sri Vaishnava, who had provided us the Sri Vaishnava, only we have to. Well, so here it itself, whom we have to serve. This means, who is the Guru? The Sarveshwarada. That's why what we do in the Lakshmi Natha Samarambham. Guru Parampara starts with Lakshmi Natha. And till the one who is in front of us. Natha Yamuna Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam. This is the Nammalvar's Siddhantam Bhagavad Ramanujacharya felt in the previous slokam. So that was he was very happy. Nammalvar was very happy. Oh Sriapati, you have given me. So because what is the great thing is Acharya always gives us the jnanam. So it is the Acharya who has given this jnanam, and all my ajnanam is already gone. When ajnanam is gone, where there is a question of sorrowness and grief, if there is anything to feel sorrow, why Acharya, why Alvar, you are giving the explanation that Alvar is unhappy? No, it cannot go because of the previous Pasuram. And when you connect with the previous Pasuram, Alvar is happy. How can he suddenly become unhappy in this Pasuram? No. So Bhagavad Ramanujacharya immediately, because of the Bhagavad Ramanujacharya says, Alvare. So in this you have done so many great things, and how can I forget the greatness you have showered, and with all the merciful looks, because of all my sinful things are now washed away, and you have given me the knowledge. So that's why I praise you in this Vamana Avatara. You did so many things, and you did that Bali Chakravarti also. when two people are having, it is like in Vishnu Sahasranama, Amogha. Amogha is a beautiful mantram. What it tells? Mogham means Vyardham, waste. But Parimal's works never get waste, never have any wasteful things, never have anything. That way he is always, whatever he does, he does for both parties. When you give like sometimes in the Nyayadhikari, in the justice, it may give some, when the valediction may go good for some people, and it may go bad to others, because he cannot do justice to both of them. But Perumal's work is either Indra and Bali, when they were the same, he did for justice to both of them. That's why his work is Amogha. He has given what is prescribed to him, he has given. And what is prescribed to Bali, he has given to both of them. He took. So in this way, you are so apara karunya mahodadhe, that what we say, na? Here Bhagavad Ramanujacharya in this says that it is incorrect to give an interpretation expressing grief. In this Pasuram, in the second Pattu, third Tiruvaimuzi, third Pasuram, Bhagavad Ramanujacharya says that four stanzas of Alvar express happiness only. Hence it would be appropriate to interpret this stanza in this way, as one conveying happiness. Bhagavad Ramanujacharya therefore gave the following meaning, he said. So Maladhara said to Goshti Purna. So Ariya Mamayatu, that means in a world shrouded in ignorance and Maya, Adiyenai, I who am a dasa, Ariya Kalatulle, in my childhood when I knew nothing, Adimaikan, under your ownership, Ambusei Vai to Vaital, you have created a taste in my mind. You have created a taste to enjoy you in my mind. That is the only Bhagavat Krupa Anugraham. You showered your Anugraham in my childhood. How can I get any unhappiness? So that was the answer. So in the previous Pasuram, Alvar has expressed his gratitude to the Lord for the Lord having done a lot of good to him, even without his knowledge. In this Pasuram, he is explaining what is the good done to him, to me, who into this world of samsara, which is one of ignorance, I have fallen. You have given divine knowledge. That was the Nammalvar's, that was in the previous Pasuram, he says, you have given divine knowledge to me. Not only that, you have given me your divine presence. Apart from this, your ownership of me has created in me an eagerness of prapatti to do Sharanagati or Dasya Purushartham. That was the Dasya Purushartham itself. So in my childhood itself, you have conferred on me good results, which are difficult to achieve. It is not that easy to achieve even by Maharshis, who have done penances for several years. But you blessed me with all this knowledge. See, Sri Ramanuja had given the interpretation that the Nammalvar was expressing his happiness. That was the Maladhara complaint, I can say the word. That Maladhara complained to Goshti Purna. Since Sri Ramanuja was differing from our Acharya, Sri Yamunacharya, and giving a new interpretation, I have stopped the study discussions. Then Goshti Purna replied that he had himself once heard Yamunacharya giving the interpretation now given by Sri Ramanujacharya. Hence, this interpretation too is the interpretation of Yamunacharya only. Then Goshti Purna added that, just as Lord Krishna is supposed to have studied with Sandipani, you must also believe that Sri Ramanuja is learning Prabandha, Artha from you. It is only, that means, like Sandipani, the Krishna went to do Sandipani as his guru. Bhagavad Ramanujacharya is the one. So Ramanujacharya has in his mind only the philosophical truths which were with Yamunacharya. But he was thinking, he did not meet Yamunacharya and we are all his disciples, we got that one. I never heard this one, I did not know that. Then Goshti Purna explained that these are the details we have got. You should not think that you are teaching something which he does not know. That was the first word he said to the Goshti Purna, told to Maladhara. Don't think that you are teaching something new. That the Ramanujacharya does not know that. He says he did not know that. Is there anything which the all-knowing Lord Sri Krishna does not know? That was the case with the... Though he was in the Sandipani, for what purpose he went to Sandipani? Yadyadacharati shreshtaha tattadevetaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokastadanuvartate. That Krishna says, if I don't do this one, how can the others also follow this one? So I have to show the way that one has to learn from Guru only. So that was but here he knew everything, but still here. So Ramanujacharya also coming to you to know something from Guru, but it does not mean that he does not know these things. So that was the word he says. We are all only the name leaders only. They are only acharyas only for the. This is because Ramanujacharya knew everything, and acharyas for Bhagavad Ramanujacharya is to show others, to show to all as an example that one has to learn from the teacher. One has to learn from the teacher. That does not mean that. So this incident shows that just as the shining qualities of the teacher must be acceptable to a disciple, the qualities of a disciple should also be recognized by the teacher. The qualities of these are all, that's we always have to appreciate. So the incident shows that just as the shining qualities of the teacher must be acceptable to a disciple, that is in the Bhagavad Ramanujacharya's case, Yamunacharya was this. Directly he was all the things coming, so he has the respect for that and gave. And the qualities of a disciple should also be recognized by the teacher. That's why Maladhara has to recognize Bhagavad Ramanujacharya's great quality and also is thinking. These are all many more examples that we have given. One example today. Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha. Now, one sloka from Mukundamala, our time is actually already running, but today being the Nammalvar's Pashuram, it is stuck in my mind, so let us now explain. Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha. The one which we did yesterday was that when all these things we finished, 6th one done, 7th one done, 8th one, the 8th one, Sarasijanayane Sasankha Chakre Murabhidima, this we did yesterday. Mabhir Mandamano Vichintya Bahuda Yami Stiram Yatana Namina Prabhavanti Swapa Paripavaha Swami Nanu Sridharaha. That Sridhara also we did yesterday. Because who is the Sridhara? Sridhara. Sri. Today is the Friday. We all remember Sri. That Sri is Mahalakshmi. Dhara, who actually on his bosom, on his chest, the one who bears the Lakshmi. That's why we always pray What the prayer we always do? Lakshmi Charana Lakshanga Sakshi Sri Vaksha Vakshase Shemankaraya Sarvesham Sri Rangeshaya Mangalam. So that we always Sridhara we did. Now the 12th sloka, that is Bhava Jaladigatanam Dvandvavatāhatānam Suta Duhitrukalatra Trana Bharadhitanam Vishama Vishayato Ye Madhyatamaplavanam Bhavatu Saranameko Vishnupoto Naranam. Here he tells, we are all struggling with Suta Duhitrukalatra Trana Bharadhitanam. We always say the relation between the relations of Bandhu Bandhavas, we say. These are all, we always say, Pasi Patni Sutalayaha Runanubandha Rupena Runanubandham. That means previous birth. What all the runams we have, they all come in this birth as the what is Suta, Duhit, Suta means son, Duhitru, the daughter, or the Kalatra, wife. Trana Bharadhitanam. These are all the relations we get this. So here in this particular sloka, here we have to understand the physical entity, the physical relationship with all those things sometimes trouble us to the spiritual relationship. When you really want to, the samsaric, that it takes more swiftly through this, the perilous sea of samsara, and huge, it is all that he says. And like an ocean, you always see alligators and many more things. And these are all the one which he says, this samsaram also, in this, the ocean of this samsaram, we have so many things. So how to cross this ocean? The context he says, how to, with all this, and through this samsara, how one has to relinquish and all fear and concentrate love and devotion towards Vishnu. That way, the Vishnu is the lifeboat. Vishnu poto narana. Very important thing, this sloka. So once the moment you consider Sri Mahavishnu, that is Vishnu, pota means actually the boat. Naranam, it is like a lifeboat. And all obstacles which bar the way to salvation, which stop you or which obstruct you the way to salvation or mukti, sins in their, S-I-N, sin. The sins in the mountainous magnitude will automatically shrink and disappear without the mind being aware of such relief. Even we don't know, just the moment you take the Vishnu Potho Naranam, that what he immediately say, Vishama Vishayato Ye Madhyata Maplavanam Bhavatu Saranameko. With all the Bhava Jaladigatanam, Dvandva Vatahatanam. The Dvandva is the one dualities. We have in the life all dualities. Vatahatanam. Here, there are many dvandva, we are all, struggled with all sorts of dualities like joy and grief, and harassed by the burdensome of the obligations of protecting deep seas of material existence, that is samsara. We are tossed about by the fierce gales of dualities, and the people in general are shrinking in the perilous waters of corroding sense indulgence in reckless abandon. That's what Kulasekara Alvar says. Oh, alas, they have no raft to carry them to safe to a shelter place. Let them surrender to Lord Vishnu. Let them surrender to Lord Vishnu That is the Vishnu Poto Naranam. He alone is the lifeboat which can lift them out of disaster. These are all the one which... Now we are all already... We already got lifted from this corona, and now in Chicago, almost all are now started functioning in the proper way, now come to the proper life, normal life we are having. And that's why we have all the one that we always say that like what we already said, yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata apyutthanamazharmasya tadatmanam sujamyaham. In that way, that Srimanarayana's form in this way came and protected all of us without any diseases, without any these things. We are all saved with this sudden things happen, and we are all relieved out of those fear, and they say now we have come to the, slowly we are having our normal life, and let all of us enjoy that and pray to Sriman Narayana for his mercy on us. And tomorrow we do the Trishna Toye Madana Pavano Dhuta Mohormimale. That sloka we do. Now we conclude, because actually our time we always keep for 4 o'clock. Now it has come to 4:12 already. Om Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Nammalvar Divya Tiruvadigalе Saranam. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Bhadrani Pastyantu. Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti.